There is nobody in this county that is going to outwork me. I mean, I'm fully convinced of that. I'm going to outwork everybody.
But you can't buy this land anymore. It doesn't exist around here.
That I'm just working hard. I'm not just somebody who's desperate for business. I'm somebody who deserves a business.
And we've been watching everything they've been doing, and they took the technology first to real estate, built the company completely virtual, all AI. They really have that part down. And then they decided, you know what would be a good fit for us? We can grow exponentially right now if we have a great brand.
This castle behind me here, this beautiful home, is getting every exposure avenue anybody in this business can give it. And that's my job. Hi everybody, Jason Freedman here at my newest listing in Newtown, Pennsylvania, Bucks County, 10 Stonebridge Crossing. Welcome to episode 7 of the Wolf Den Real Estate Podcast. If you can notice behind me, this is Stone Castle, 10 Stonebridge Crossing in Newtown, Upper Makefield Township. We're sit up here perched at the very top of a beautiful Zavetta neighborhood. This 10,000 square foot finished living space home just hit the market a couple of weeks ago. It's beautiful, it's stunning. It's one of the most, I'd say, luxurious, fantastic properties in all of Bucks County. So I wanted to get this showcased a little bit for everybody. I want you to see the types of homes that are in Bucks County, Newtown, Upper Makefield, New Hope. This is the cream of the crop. We have Chris Terry, the broker of RE/MAX Properties in Newtown, and we have Jim Mesveskas, Director of Operations. Yep. There we go, got it. All right, so again, we're sitting here in front of Stonebridge Crossing in Newtown, my beautiful new listing, $5.45 million, 13,500 square feet of beautiful space. 3 levels, stone all the way around the home. Again, Zavetta built, absolutely incredible. So again, we wanted to showcase this. I thought there was no better location for episode 7, so here we are. So I think, I can talk about the listing for the next hour, I feel like, but I also want to kind of dive into, the latest state of, real estate, the latest state of RE/MAX and what's happening with real. We can talk about luxury real estate in Bucks County in general. We can kind of just free flow through this conversation. We'll kind of cut in to talk about the listing throughout the podcast, but again, just want to kind of pick your brain as the broker, as our director of operations, as to how real estate's looking this spring, not just in Bucks County, but nationally, all the things that are going on with all these buyouts that are happening, all these changes in the old school versus the new school. So if you want to maybe touch on some of that stuff as much as we're able to talk about.
Yeah, well, let's kind of start with that. Let's talk about how beautiful this home is first, because we just got a tour of it. Yep. And I mean, it's one of the nicest houses I've ever been in, for sure. And the luxury market here in our area is alive and well. It's really, it's in a good place. I just simple things like the stone that's all on the outside of this house is carried through into the fireplace. And there's a beautiful 2-story fireplace, inside in the great room there. So, I can't say enough about it. It's beautiful.
I think stunning is really the only word you can say. I mean, you don't see homes like this every day. And there are a few of these types of neighborhoods in Bucks County, but I mean, until you're sitting in front of it, look at this thing in the background. You can't help but appreciate it.
The location and the view is really what ties it all together too. I mean, for me, at least, I wouldn't be in the market for a home this price if it didn't have this kind of location, the land, the preserved land all around it. And the view that's out the front of the house. I mean, it's just stunning. You can see New Jersey, you can see New Hope, you can see everything from here. It's almost like you're sitting in Bowman's Tower.
Yeah, and it is 13 acre. I mean, we're just shy of 13 acres of land. You have, you can't see it on the shot here, but you have a bunch of kind of like a meadow area, a lot of privacy, a lot of vegetation. It's just super open, very, very country-like. And then you have a bunch of acreage for open land that you can develop another house on.
That was an interesting piece
too.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah, it's approved. Well, we're going to double check it, but it's approved for another dwelling on 3 acres. It has to be the same family or same owner?
So same owner, so you're not able to subdivide the property at any point. So you can't subdivide, sell it off. You can't do that, but you are able to build another home even bigger than this home, believe it or not. So you can build a home, you can build an in-law suite, you can build a big pool house in the backyard. There's room to construct your dream pool, your dream deck, your hardscaping. I mean, you're buying a beautiful home with an open canvas.
Yeah.
And I feel like that.
But you can't buy this land anymore.
No.
It doesn't exist around here.
I mean, to purchase 12.89 acres and to have Zavetta, of all builders, build a home on it is $7 million plus.
Yeah.
So I feel like our price, in fact, I know our price is very legitimized.
Yeah.
I think you're buying extreme value, especially in this area.
Well, and if you were going to build your own home, why not take this beautiful, stunning setting, and they've already built the home with all the nice features. It's ready to go for a pool and the backyard that you want to create on your own, because everyone's going to do that a little differently. So why not just move in here and then build the backyard the way you want it?
Yeah, and the house was built, as the owner was just telling us and has been telling me for the past few weeks. I mean, the home, it was customized by the current owners. So they are the original owners. They bought the land back in 2010. I believe the construction was finished in 2012. So over that 2-year period, everything in this home is fully customized. So, the canvas is already there. It's already premium built. And again, the finishing touches, I think, it's huge for a buyer in this sort of price range. I think that is absolutely huge to have that ability, as opposed to buying something that might be beautiful, but it's not exactly your type of pool. It may not be your type of deck, may not be your hardscaping. Like, 10 Stonebridge is, you make it whatever you want and spend the next 30 years in paradise in Bucks County.
Yeah.
So
build it here.
Yeah.
You don't have to go anywhere else.
And we'll get to you soon, Jim. So about the neighborhood. So it's called Creeks Bend, again, by Zavetta. So this neighborhood, I believe, has, I want to say 10 homes with one being built. So this one is, I'm not sure where this lot fell during the building process, but you have one street that ends in a cul-de-sac with 10 custom built homes. They're actually still constructing another one across the street. And that house, I believe it's about 26,000 square feet. So I think with that being built, you're seeing the value of this location in Bucks County. You're seeing that people look at this neighborhood as a great place to invest their money in real estate. And I think that just goes to show how much 10 Stonebridge is just as premium as it gets. And you always hear like location, location, location. That's what this is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Not to mention a beautiful,
always by location.
Yeah. Not to mention a beautiful stone castle perched behind us. So, Jim, hey.
No, I mean, the first thing that stuck out in my mind was when you and I started talking about you getting this listing, one of the things we looked at was the house and the details. We talked about paying attention to the details, making sure as you were marketing it, obviously everything was paid attention to. And walking through that house with the seller, I respect and had an admiration for the fact that they were the same way in building this house.
Yep.
Every little detail, there was no, corner missed. There was nothing that wasn't,
no stone unturned.
No stone unturned. There was, everything was thought about. Everything was done with intention and detail. And there's, a lot of things that when building a home you might not think about, or the person who built it might not have thought about, that they really thought through
even
everything.
Something as simple as the bathroom fan. I love that he mentioned that, because even though it's such a simple, probably inexpensive little detail, like the fact that they detailed down to that point just goes to show you the rest of the care that was put into the home.
Absolutely.
I mean, if these sellers are focused on that, they were certainly focused on everything else. So
I've been in some more expensive homes like this where you thought on the outside it commanded the money, but when you walk in, the details weren't there.
Yeah.
And I think, it was very evident walking around there that he spent a lot of time when he built the house, making sure that everything was thought out, it's future-proofed and ready to go for it. It was going to be for him, but now they're moving, so it's ready for somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's why we're here.
And I remember when I first came to this house and the owners were walking me around, I mean, it's just even the detail of the utility room, just the way. Again, we can talk about, master bedrooms and kitchens and we can talk about all that all day. Those are usually the focal points of a home. But even something down to the utility room, I mean, the way Zavetta, has like the individual gas lines, they have, the individual shutoff valves, they've got 3 different electrical panels, all the wires are like literally, I mean, I'm OCD and even I think they're like perfect wires going up out of the
You are OCD,
out of the fuse boxes. So I feel even the electrical panels, the water softeners, the just everything in there was done to such perfection and detail that I feel like any buyer that comes into this home is going to look at that. And usually the utility room in the basement is where you're going to find most of your issues with the home. You walk into this utility room and it's
well lit,
it's cared for
bright.
just like
Yeah.
the rest of the house.
Yeah.
And I feel like that, you know, I just again, it just shows the detail that these, when again, the original owners who built the home and they've been here the whole time, they've maintained it. The house still kind of has like a new construction sort of feel to it. And I think that goes a long
Yeah.
way, because there's a lot of homes you walk into, and I don't care what the price point is, you walk in, you can get a feeling that the owner didn't really take care of the home.
Yeah, they didn't have the pride that this guy does. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and that is where you see houses sit on the market, even if they're priced right. If they don't show well,
Yep.
there's other houses you can go to.
Yep. Yep.
So
Agreed. Let's
yeah.
talk about how your branding's changed over the last 5 years. I mean, we've had 2 brand changes as far as the design of our logos and things
Yep.
since you've come to the office. Let's talk about where it is now. I mean, you're going to the all black look now. And
Yeah.
You've got a black sign out there and
Yeah.
a little bit of blue blended into it. It looks good, but now you have the ability to pick and choose what colors you want. They opened up the branding some more for you.
Yeah.
I think that really relates well with
I
someone.
mean, I personally love it. I mean, for those of you that, you know, have met me or know me in general, I'm probably the poster child for Remax branding. I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And I'm not, I mean,
and I don't even have to pay you to do it.
Yeah.
You just do it on your
I
own.
mean, if you can tell about my hat, it's like everything. It's just, I think it's important because, I mean, how many realtors are in Bucks County?
4,500.
I mean, it's like, how do I, and this is what happened when I first started, you know, I guess becoming more known, you know, maybe in my 4th or 5th year. Basically when I came to Remax is when I started to like take off a little bit. And then it just, like, how am I going to stand out amongst the other 4,500 agents in the area, many of which are amazing, high producing agents? Like,
sure.
why use Jason Freedman and not somebody who's been doing it for 50 years and, you know, has been branding themselves? Like, I need to stand out and I need to show
We
my
don't stop
worth.
working. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of those other people that you're talking about that have been in the business a long time, you know, they go on vacation a lot and you just work. That's all you do.
So actually, segue off of that, I actually once wrote an offer in Joshua Tree National Park. So I don't know I'm not sure how happy Krista was about it, but we went out to California. And I love how this is why I love free flowing in these podcasts.
Yeah.
We were on a trip to California. I think we were in like the Laguna Beach area where Krista's friends used to live. And then we went to Joshua Tree National Park, and actually Dan showed the house to my buddy. Shout out Dan McCluskey. Dan showed my buddy Brian a house in Upper Makefield, and I had to pull the car over in the middle of Joshua Tree National Park with my laptop and write the offer. So even when I'm on vacation, I mean, listen, it's not that I would like loved that I had to do that, but I feel like that part of my dedication, I feel like there is nobody in this county that is going to outwork me. I mean, I'm fully convinced of that. I'm going to outwork everybody. If I'm up against 5 other agents for a listing, I'm going to outwork them.
But people are like, getting this listing now is, you know, a product of that. People are starting to see that, and they can feel it in your work and your energy and your branding. I mean, you take time to make sure that you have the right branding and that, you know, everything's matching, and that's important for a listing like this.
And it's persistence. You know, I met them. You know, I met Michael a year ago, or probably maybe like a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I just, you know, I didn't hound him. I wasn't calling every day. It was very sporadic, but I see the value in keeping in touch in a respectful, mature way. And, you know, I don't think I would have gotten this listing behind me if they didn't see that and respect that I'm just working hard. I'm not just somebody who's desperate for business. I'm somebody who deserves the business.
I mean, basically, we're in a service industry, right? And they want to know that you can provide them the service, and that you're going to work hard for them. So
and the branding's a big thing. I mean, I have to have the newest, fanciest real estate signs, for sale signs. I have to have the newest. If I see a new sweatshirt come out, or a new hat, or a NASCAR jacket, or an Indy jacket, or whatever, like,
did you order one yet?
I'm not sure if I'm going to buy that.
No, I'm going to get it. I'll get.
I mean, just little things like that. It just, and even like my posting, it's like I always got to have like my little wolf tag, you have
it on your sign now.
Yeah, it's on the sign. I've got QR codes on my signs now that go right to my profile. So it's huge, and I have to be the one that I have to always keep in mind that whether it's listings like this or whether it's any other listing in Jersey, PA, I need to leave that house with that seller saying, wow, like he hasn't been doing this for 50 years, but oh my God, like this
But
guy's
you've
got
done a lot in the time that
he's
you've
got
been
the
in
energy to
business.
sell my house.
Yeah.
Like if Jason can't sell it, then maybe there must be something else going on. We'll stick with him and he'll figure it out.
Sure.
So I think that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about if maybe you're getting into the business right now.
Yeah.
So everything you've been talking about, service, relationships, branding, I mean, that's what hard work. Those are the 4 things that make someone successful in this
Yeah.
business. So you've learned to master those 4 things. And now we're adding technology into it as well.
Yeah.
And that's a game changer for our industry right
Yeah.
now. So, learning how to leverage things that come online and then be able to cultivate the relationship after the online interaction. And that's what I've seen it in the last 3-4 years with him, where he's taken the online tech and just really driven the rest of his business with it. But then at the end, you end up here, you end up with the client, and you're in a setting where you have to have the relationship with them at the same time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, here we are shooting a podcast in front of my listing. It's just, that's not tech meeting real estate or marketing meeting real estate in real time. I don't know what is.
Yeah.
I mean, how many agents I know I'm not the only one. How many agents are really doing this? It's very few.
But you're innovative. You're thinking outside of the box, but you're still doing those other 4 things really strong.
Yeah.
So anybody that's looking to get into the business, that's how you get successful in this business. That's how you get, an almost $6 million listing.
And it took me a few years to get there. I remember when I first started, it was a grind. Sure. I mean, first of all, I was learning the business, so I didn't have like my craft yet. I didn't really know fully how to succeed. And then over time, you just build it and build it and build it. And you don't have to have 1 million followers on one of your platforms to get traction.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least mine, all of my profiles are public. And somebody in England or somebody in they can find me. I mean, I'm probably one of the most accessible agents there. I mean, it's like I want people to see what I'm doing, and I purposely post a lot.
Sure.
Because that eventually, like that repetition.
But let's talk about that. It's not just you posting. You have some AI doing posting. You've hired companies to do posting for you, and you're doing your own personal posting. So you're using, again, it's the relationship, the technology, and the innovation that you're using to build your business. So.
Yeah, no, and I've always been open to any. I mean, this whole podcast thing. I've never been like an on-camera guy. I've never been like the video walkthrough tour sort of agent. I think that's a great thing. I'm not knocking it, but then you get into it and you start to have fun with it, and it gives you extra, this is now an extra marketing tool that we're going to advertise and push out to wherever we feel is necessary for the sellers.
I don't know how you dialed the weather in today too. You did that perfectly.
And I used to want to be a weatherman. I'm not sure if Matt knew that back in the day, but I was the kid at baseball. Probably.
You played sports?
I played, yes.
JV.
So
he played JV.
So I was on junior varsity because varsity was full.
That's
so.
Is that what your mom told you?
Well, that's really the only reason. So listen, if the varsity team wasn't full, I would have made it.
Yeah.
So I think if you look at it like that,
it was full because they took the better players first.
And the only reason I was the number 2 pitcher on JV is because there's another guy ahead of me. So that, if you look at that,
okay,
you eliminate those roadblocks, I was number 1.
Okay.
Easily.
But it taught you how to work hard.
It taught me how to.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, as far as the Ocean
City
City
boardwalk, he has a bench in there that had
80
some
miles
dust
an
on
hour.
it. You might want to clean that off.
Yeah. Well, listen, I was a fantastic athlete. But my point is,
Okay.
I was the
Sounds
kid.
like it.
I was the kid
Sounds like it.
hanging on the metal gate in the dugout as the storm's rolling in.
Yep.
So I used to want to be a weatherman.
Okay.
I applied to again, we're segueing again, which I think is.
So you picked this day perfectly.
This is perfect.
Yeah.
I actually accepted Stony Brook University in New York for a meteorology major. I realized that it wasn't just chasing tornadoes in Oklahoma. It actually involved math.
Okay.
And science.
Yep.
And
Physics.
I bailed.
Yep.
And I said selling stone castles is the way to go.
Okay.
So.
Fair. Makes sense.
So, anyway, hey, if you can't have fun in this business, who are you?
Well, yes.
So
why don't we tie the technology thing back into our future brand changes that are happening?
Well, I want you guys to talk about whatever you're able to talk about.
Yeah. So I'm interested in your opinion on this because you're an agent. And so for everybody that doesn't know, Remax, the franchisor, is owned by Remax Holdings, which is a public company. And they were recently acquired by another public company. and that happens to be Real Brokerage, which is up until a couple weeks ago was a competitor of ours. And we've been watching everything they've been doing, and they took the technology first approach to real estate, built the company completely virtual, all AI. They really have that part down, and then they decided, you know what would be a good fit for us? We can grow exponentially right now if we have a great brand.
Yep.
So where do you go for the best brand in real estate in the world? RE/MAX has it already figured
Right
out.
there. Yeah.
Me personally, I'm pretty excited about the opportunity to leverage a great technology system with experienced agents. So we have about 146,000 agents at RE/MAX, and I think Real has about 33,000 agents. So we just went from 140 to 100 and what's the math there? 80,000 agents. Obviously I wasn't a meteorologist either because I didn't pass math, but no.
Sorry for that gust of wind, by the way. That was a meteorology thing. Yeah.
That was probably about 14-mile-an-hour breeze.
Yeah.
So, but no, also we have a weather station at the office. Did you know that?
I know you're into weather.
Do you ever use it?
Are we just going to not talk about tech anymore?
Well, that's tech.
It's
Pretty cool tech. I mean, I'm online with it. It's on Weather Underground.
I see you posting.
Okay, all right.
It's the only thing
fair.
you do post. You don't post my listings. That's
No,
for sure.
I don't. I come to your listings and do podcasts with you instead. So no, but in all seriousness, we're super excited to have the technology now and that mindset, and that's the so our founder, Dave Liniger, I'm going to rewind a little bit. He founded RE/MAX back in the 70s, and he was at the forefront of the real estate industry, and he was a disruptor, and he was just recreated the whole commission plan for everyone. And they're at the forefront of technology and AI in the real estate industry. So now we're taking the best of both worlds and we're melding them together.
Yeah.
And I'm curious how you feel about that. Do you think this is a good move for RE/MAX?
I think it's a good move because I'm somebody who I see the value in tech. I see, and tech includes a lot of social media. It just, the whole branding thing. I feel like, all the stuff with like ChatGPT now and all, like, you can resist it all you want, but it's here. So it's like, it's, if you're somebody who says, and maybe I was like this when if you're someone who says, oh, I don't need ChatGPT. I don't need Real. I don't need these fancy brokerages. Well, maybe you don't, but you know what? You're somebody who's going to fall behind the eight ball. I mean, at some point, that is going to be maybe the only way you can market things. I mean, look at 20 years from now. I mean, even if you go back 20 years, we thought we were tech savvy 20 years ago.
Sure.
Look at the phones when they first came out.
Yeah.
Remember how cool we thought those were?
Yeah.
And now look at, it's like you go back and look at those and like look at the iPhone 3 or look at the flip Razor phone. Like how cool was that?
I kept my iPhone, the first one. I'm hoping that it's worth something.
All right.
Yeah.
You can resist it all you want. You can say, I don't need it. I don't need it. I look at it and I say, whether I need it or not, it's cool. It works. There's a reason successful agents are doing it.
Yeah.
So, am I always going to be, we're still RE/MAX, nothing's, I'm not getting rid of my hoodies or my signs or my license plate. It's so think about the RE/MAX brand is there.
But think about it. You had before, as an agent, if you're choosing brokerages, you had one path for technology and one path for branding.
Yeah.
Right. And so you had to pick one of those two roads. And now you have everything combined under one brand.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest thing is, we talk about RE/MAX has always been home to the most, efficient agents, the highest producing agents per agent. And when you look at successful agents, they use technology to what makes them efficient. So you don't have to dive in the deep end and be using everything. You don't have to be, but you have to be using something. You have to be using enough that it's making you more efficient in your job. And now, Jason, you can talk to 3 more clients a day because you have AI maybe doing something in the background for you or whatever it might be. And that's what I see as the biggest advantage for us, in this deal and what's coming down the pike for us is you're taking, we talk about us as a brokerage, and Jason, you fall right in line with all of this. You exceeded, really, is, we produce per agent more than anyone else in Bucks County in our area as RE/MAX agents. And you now take them and give them some of the best technology, if not the best technology that's available in our industry. And we can just leverage whatever pieces make sense for your business. It's huge. It's something that you can't put a price tag on at our level. Obviously, kind of at the higher level, they put a nice price tag on it. But for us, it's what it can change for you guys on a day-to-day basis is huge.
I'm excited. I mean, so on the local level, for me as a broker, and you're really my customer, right? I mean, in the end, the Michael's our customer, but you're really my customer, right? And so I need to be able to pivot with all kinds of things. We had COVID a few years back. We had to pivot quickly and figure out how to still continue to make a living then. A couple of years ago, we had, the NAR lawsuit. We had to pivot quickly and figure that out. And we've always been able to do that at a local level. Now we have technology, with Real coming on board. We can pivot quickly if we need to with technology. So, and if maybe an agent wakes up 5 years from now and says, I'm going to rebuild my business based on technology.
Yeah.
You can do that at Remax.
And I remember, I mean, obviously I got my license in 2017. I was still with a different brokerage, but I remember going through the whole COVID thing, and we were all, you can't show houses, all
Yep.
these hurdles. And yeah, it was tough, and we had constraints over but I remember, not just me, but a lot of agents in our office, we came out just fine.
Yeah.
Like we were given the guidance by you guys, and we survived it, and we're thriving.
Sure.
And same thing with, with all the tech stuff going on. Like, you just have to learn how to use it. Like, if you don't learn how to use it and you let time go by and all these things keep progressing and developing,
Yep.
you're just so far behind. And it's, maybe some agents that have been doing it for, I'm not going to name names, but, agents who have been doing it for 50, 60 years, it's like, they've got their thing. And maybe they're the ones who truthfully don't need it. They've got enough business. Sure. They've got the track record. Like, I'm in my 9th year. I'm not a baby anymore in the business, but I'm still, I like to think debatable. I'm still on the younger side as far as real estate agents go. And I feel like that's also another advantage. And I think it's fresh for not just sellers like 10 Stonebridge, but any seller of mine. I think they see me,
Yep.
people like me, and they're like, wow, again, it's the energy. It's again, the branding, the stuff that he has for tech, telling somebody that you have a podcast, that you're going to advertise it, market it. You're going to do all these things that, it doesn't mean you're going to sell it in one day, but it means that this castle behind me here, this beautiful home, is getting every exposure avenue anybody in this business can give it.
Yep.
And that's my job.
Can we talk about podcasts for a minute?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
where's this going?
I'm going to be vulnerable here.
Oh,
right?
boy.
Okay. So
we're still
I
rolling, right?
always
understood
a podcast as like it's an audio only thing, right? But now all of a sudden it's video and audio combined.
Yes, we are judging your shoes. Where are they from?
Yeah, they're Sorels.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay. No, but seriously,
These are Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brand?
Amazon.
No, the brand.
I don't know.
Okay. Amazon recommended?
Yes.
But no, so the podcast thing, like it's really, I think having the video at the same time, like I wouldn't sit and just listen to this on like a,
And you can. I mean, it's on Apple Pocket. It's on Apple. It's on.
People that
you
like
can
that,
do that.
they're gonna run. They're gonna do their whatever.
Yeah.
That's not me. I want to watch and see how people are interacting,
Yeah.
and that's what we do good in our business too.
Yeah.
We build relationships. We talk to people in person,
Well,
not just online.
It makes you real. Like for me, well, playing off real, it makes you human. I think you can follow my pages and see my posting and look up my reviews and all that.
But it all ties your branding back together too.
You also want to see, like, how does Jason, not just with my broker, it's just like, how does Jason interact? What's his personality like? How does he speak about the business?
Sure.
What's his energy like? That, I mean, that's very hard for somebody on the outside who's maybe thinking of selling their home.
Yep.
To know from an agent that they're inviting to their house for a listing appointment. Like,
Sure.
here, I'm putting it out there. Like, here's who I am. Like, this is what you get.
So so you're gonna, every listing you get now, you're gonna do a podcast at their house.
I'm gonna have to now. You guys
That's
available?
gonna work. This is a pretty expensive.
Am I your only client?
It's gonna get pretty expensive for you, but if it works, it works.
I just put 2 listings under contract today.
There you go.
I could have.
How is your year going right now?
It's far exceeding last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you hit diamond last year, which was
I did not.
I
hit Titan.
Your goal was Titan, and you hit Titan.
My goal was Titan, and I hit Titan.
And you were pretty close to diamond.
I was actually upset because I actually went 50 or 60 grand over Titan. I could have used that to go towards diamond for this year.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I sold too much last year.
Yeah.
So no, but all kidding aside, I think and I don't mind talking numbers because I'm proud of them, and I think it's important in our business. Through June of last year, so the first half of last year, I had 13 closed transactions for 7.5 million in sales.
Mhm.
I'm projecting by the end of June this year, I'll be at 20 or so transactions for about 17 million.
Nice. That's awesome.
Now,
So think
things
about
have
the
to
average,
close,
yeah,
things
but
have to, you
think
know,
about the average sale price. I mean, that's beautiful.
I mean, yeah, it's, and again, I take all, you know, listen, I have listings like this.
Mhm.
I have townhomes, condos,
Yep.
your typical neighborhood colonial home. Like I'm appreciative of it all. And a lot of it comes from my advertising, but more and more, which I love, the thing I love the most is I'm getting more referrals. Now I'm getting past clients. I'm getting more of the recognition where maybe I am becoming one of the top 10 or 15 agents that people think of when they think Bucks County.
Yeah, for sure.
And it took a long time to get there. And any agent that's hearing this or see me post this clip of the video, no matter how big they are now, they started from nothing. You don't just come into this business and say, all right, I got 8 listings for a total of $40 million. Let's rock and roll. That does not happen.
I think one of the important things that a lot of people miss is sometimes we get agents that come in and they just say, all right, I'm going to retrench and I'm going to become a luxury agent. Well, that doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It takes time to get to the point where you're getting listings like this,
Yeah.
and people see you and trust you with the sale of their home, you know? So, but what I like about you is that you're just as focused on, you know, some of the smaller listings as you are on this one.
Yeah.
You're going to devote the same amount of time
I
to
treat
everyone.
them all the same.
You treat them all the
I treat
same.
them all the same. I do the same.
Yep.
Photography, like whatever fancy, innovative technology is there for a listing, I do it.
Sure.
I treat them all the same. And,
Yep.
you know, some are a little bit tougher to sell than others, but it doesn't, like the ones I just put under contract. They were actually my last 3, the one in Manayunk, the one in Levittown, and the one in Furlong. Listed them on a Saturday under contract the next day.
And they couldn't be more
3 of them.
diverse, but they couldn't be more different.
Yeah, they're like Manayunk was like one of those small little townhome, row home sort of homes in Manayunk. The Furlong one was more of the luxury 5,000 square foot home. And Levittown was a flip from 9 years ago. You know, kind of went from like that Jubilee style up to like a colonial style. And yeah, all very different. And they all sold within a day or two for, I'm not going to tell you. Very,
Jason, I
very
think
good terms.
The key is like we've hit
Yeah.
keywords, you know, technology, relationships. The other keyword for new agents starting out that we talk about and you have and you're the epitome of going to is consistency too. When it comes from marketing, when it comes from your relationships and how you handle relationships, you handle every listing exactly the same. Every part of your business, when you look at successful agents like yourself, there's consistency. So you have the technology, you have the relationships, and you're consistent. And those are 3 keys that are just huge that have brought you now in 9 years to where you
And
are.
you treat other agents, you treat your, not just with Remax, you treat your other agents with the utmost respect.
You do
Every
that
deal
really
that I'm
well.
in,
Yeah.
every deal, I challenge somebody to tell me that there's an agent out there who doesn't want to work with me. And that is,
You got 2.
that is outside of these guys who have yet to give me business. They give me the platform. I'm sorry. I mean, that's big because listen, at the end of the day, the seller is going to take the best offer. It doesn't matter who the agent is writing the offer, but I can tell you that as a listing agent, I've received offers that missing documents, missing signatures, like just no attention to detail. And the agents aren't exactly easy to get a hold of, which is crazy in this business. And they're not very friendly. They're not, it's your reputation amongst your peers. Like if I don't care if I did $50 million a year, if I had a bad reputation, that's eventually going to kick me out of the business. People are going to say, oh, it's Jason Freedman's listing.
We've seen it.
Yep. Listen, my buyer loves the home, but I cannot deal with that guy.
It won't
that
last.
will never happen with me because I respect
and you know
every agent in this business.
So, you know, obviously I get to have a lot of conversations with a lot of different agents.
Yep.
And when I'm just going to say it, when our agents put all of the offers in a multiple offer situation out on a table for someone, they're going to say, okay, you can see all the numbers. And then they look for our advice as to how to sift through them.
Yeah.
And you're going to say, okay, well, unfortunately, this one here, I know how the agent operates. And I know that they don't get back to anyone, not just me, but anyone. And their paperwork is really not great.
Yeah.
And so that's going to kind of push that offer off to the side unless it's significantly better than the other ones.
And it's a shame. I feel bad for the buyer.
I feel bad for the buyer.
Not the buyer's fault.
Yep.
It's their representation.
And that's why you need to pick the agent.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it every day. I mean, one of the biggest frustrations I get from all of our agents is the paperwork side of it, the no attention to detail, that is coming in, and they have a lot of times where sellers recognize that. You say, hey, we have this offer, here's what it is, but we need to clean up some things. That's all automatically a red flag to sometimes, and so that is important in the representation of your clients to be detailed and complete paperwork and all of that from start to finish correctly.
Well, do we have anything else we want to talk about? Actually,
I wish you had brought the bone from your.
the bone.
You had your victory steak. This is the last thing I'm ever buying for you because it cost me like $1,500. And a trip to Vegas and airfare. The only reason I went was
last time I checked, I paid to go to Vegas.
I had to pay for myself to go to Vegas. I had to book a room, which I got for free. Thank you.
Man, this river's getting deep around here.
Yeah.
Jeez, a lot of crying going on.
All right. So anyway.
Well, actually, I think So we got some.
What else are you working on now? You working on anything exciting? You got any farms you're doing? You got any?
A couple land deals, right?
Land deals.
So I've got my builder with Marmar.
You closed that last year.
So we closed a deal in Harleysville like 2-3 years ago. He hasn't broken ground yet, but he's getting there. So that'll be 3 or 4 luxury homes in Harleysville.
Is he still working on approvals, or is he?
I think, I'm pretty sure. And then we closed on a land deal in Robbinsville. That'll be 7 to 9 luxury homes.
So that's pretty. You're hitting both sides of the river without any problem.
So that was 2. And then we've got 2 under contract we got 1 in Pennington and 1 in Hamilton under contract right now that close this month or in June. We're done with the due diligence. We're just waiting for title. So those will close. That'll be another 20 to 30 luxury homes. The idea is for me to be the listing agent for all of those homes that he builds. I mean, he works with different agents. It's a known fact. Whatever agent he does the land deal with gets the listings. So, we could be talking 2, 3, 4 years down the road, but I could have 40 luxury homes that I'll be listing over the next 3-4 years from the builder.
Nice.
It's a long game. It's hard to, you get excited about it, but it's such so far out.
It's one more pillar you have in your lead generation.
It's in your back pocket.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'll close out. I mean, listen, this house behind me is, again, I'm proud of every listing. I'm proud of any business that I do, but this home behind me is truly special. It's one of a kind. Bucks County is full of these beautiful estates. It's full of, well-built homes with a lot of land, but there's something about this one, the location in the neighborhood, the amount of acreage, all the things you can do to it that I think are just second to none. And I couldn't be more proud to present 10 Stonebridge Crossing, and I have a feeling it's not going to last too long. We're doing some heavy marketing for it. We're getting some traction. We've got a showing tomorrow, and it's stunning, and we're very excited to see how it shakes out.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Yeah.
By the time this podcast hits, it'll be sold.
Okay, I love it.
All you need is one showing.
I love it. All right. Well, again, 13,500 square feet behind me. 10 Stonebridge Crossing in Newtown, Pennsylvania, in the lovely Bucks County. We'll wrap up episode number 7 of The Wolf Den. Thank you again, as always. I'll see you next time.